Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Baqarah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. If we reflect on the meaning of this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying about Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, إذ قال له ربه أسلم. His God had told him to surrender. قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. He said, I surrender for the Lord and the God of the universe. Subhanallah. And today, inshallah, we will reflect on some of the moments of life of Prophet Ibrahim, so we understand what Islam really means, because he had surrendered to Allah, and as we know, Islam means the surrender of Allah. And as we celebrate Eid al-Adha and watch Al-Hajj, Al-Hajj is following the footsteps of some of the life of the family of Prophet Ibrahim. So we'll look at some of these moments and reflect and understand, what does surrender mean? What does Islam mean? Because a lot of us mistakenly has made Islam a different thing altogether, rather than surrendering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we'll take some of the moments and reflect on them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, He tells Prophet Ibrahim, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسَ بِالْحَجِّ. Allah has told Ibrahim alayhi salam, call people to do al-Hajj. And as we said before, Ibrahim alayhi salam is a human. Here he is in the middle of the desert in Mecca, where there is nobody to listen, nobody to hear. There's no cellular phones, there's no microphones, there's no radio, there's no TV, there is no networks. And yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells him, call the people to do al-Hajj. So Ibrahim alayhi salam is human, just like all of us, and he says, Ya Allah, who's going to hear me? Who's going to hear me? SubhanAllah. So what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? عَلَيْكَ الْأَذَانُ وَعَلَيَّ الْبَلَاغُ. You do the call, and I will make sure it reaches everybody. SubhanAllah. And it has reached us all throughout time. Throughout time, since Ibrahim alayhi salam called us to do al-Hajj, people are going to do al-Hajj. Even before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Arabs still went to Mecca to do al-Hajj. SubhanAllah. Why? Because he did the azan. And as we said before, it goes against, like when you ask somebody to do something and you say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you to do something, He says, what difference does it make? I don't make a difference. Rather than سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. We have heard, we have obeyed. We like to logic, and we like to say, what difference? I'm only one person, it's not going to make a difference. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed us in this example that you do your part, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will carry over, take everything over from there. But we have to do our part, regardless of what our mind tells us and what our logic tells us. عَلَيْكَ الْأَذَانُ وَعَلَيَّ الْبَلَاغُ. SubhanAllah. So the first thing we learn is we have to do our part. Regardless if we think our logic and our brains tells us it's not going to make a difference. We obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.